Yes, people, we are back. Lateness is greatness. But you know what? I've got a belter show for you people tonight at home. So get your popcorn at the ready. Put your feet up. It's Monday night, Race for Europe with the panel. Dan Potts.
Hiding.
A little bit of belter arse happened yesterday, and he's had to take a passport and leave the country. We'll be telling you more about that a little bit later. But we have got man like Wolfie in the building with a big smile on his face. We've got LB. I think we all need a moment for LB as well. A moment of saving football appreciation. Big up, bless up LB in the chat as well. We've got Dan United here live and direct. We've got man like Charlie. And we've got AV Billy in the building. And I am, of course, your boy Edo. And I will be running us through the show tonight. So without further ado, there's only really... We're gonna do it like the UFC. Do you know what I mean? There's two co-main events in my mind tonight in this lineup. We're waiting for Deji to enter the arena, but before he does step into the arena, because he might be a couple of minutes late, so let's not delay it anymore. I want to come to Wolfie because Wolfie, last couple of weeks, in fairness to you, you have said the team that wins that 6-pointer between you and Spurs will be the team that stays up, and you've backed your team. You've been confident. But my question to you was you expecting a performance of that level against Spurs the other day, or was the performance even a surprise to you?
Well, just for those who are wondering, just start off where Deji is. I actually messaged him and he said he's at the bus parade before the game. So there must be one before this stream as well. It seems to be a thing with these Spurs fans. But yeah, now I've said I'm not worried about this 6-pointer. I actually think the Spurs fans built up their own pressure cooker by talking about this, about the winner stays up and all this stuff. It just shows you how naive they are to these kind of battles. They've taken a wrong turn, man. They've ended up in the ghetto and they found forest. Like, they've never been into the ghetto after dark. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what they're doing on these streets. And that showed yesterday. They came to the ghetto with their with their Rolexes out and everything, with their little flares. Come on, you Spurs, with their only chant there before the team. I mean, have you ever in your life, boys, had your club do a pre-match bus parade with no trophies? Obviously, we're talking about Spurs here. And then I sat there and thought, why are they doing this? And I thought, you know what? I got to show them some respect, because it is the 2-time European champions turning up on their doorstep. It is probably the last time they get to play a team of European heritage at that shitty ground. And they've got to enjoy the moment. They really do. And that's what they did. The problem was all the celebrations were left outside because their fans came in saying, yeah, we're back in the team. We're doing this. We're doing the other. They started leaving at half time yet again. After the second goal, fire drill in action. Third goal, there's only the Forest fans left. This team is not cut out for this. They are cut out for the championship. And I was not worried about this Spurs game. Loads of you were saying, oh, but did you see what they did against Liverpool? By the way, Errol, we still haven't spoken on that.
Well, yeah, me and you haven't.
Apologies are required for that.
Yeah, we haven't spoken.
What I'm saying? We'll graze over that for now.
Yeah.
And then I've never seen a fan base that celebrated going out of the Champions League the way Spurs did. You would have thought they won the damn thing. No wonder Deji's deluded enough to think he can win it. Because they think they can win it while they're out of it. And then they turn up against us. And they did nothing apart from pass the ball around, created one shot in that first half. And then they were done by a corner. And then they were done twice now this season. They faced Eze for Arsenal, who they tried to get in the summer. He slapped him up. And then the killer blow for them was, of course, Marinakis and Morgan Gibbs-White. I just wanted Gibbs-White to score yesterday more than anything. And he didn't disappoint. He tried to miss, boys. He shot straight at Vicario.
And Vicario dived past it. Like, I don't know what he's doing. The maddest thing is, you see the way he celebrates for the first goal as well. You could just know how much it meant to him to put in a performance. And then obviously he pops up with that goal.
Oh, bro.
Just to bring in the rest of the lads, Spurs are more than likely going to go down. But realistically, boys, would any of you be putting a bid in for any of their players at this moment in time?
No.
Did he
Are you sure, Charlie? Are you sure, mate? I watched you a lot on the weekend.
It's bad. It's bad. We're not that desperate.
Come on.
No, we're not that desperate.
No, but there's, like, again, respectfully, Wolfie, and again, you could probably say the same for West Ham. even if your two teams were to go down, there are still players within your squad that I know a couple of these lads around here would look at and go, yeah, I'd take a him or I'd have a go with him. But you look at that Spurs team, and is there really that many where you'd sit there and say, especially for what you'd imagine Spurs would still think they were. I don't really see that value in that squad.
There's no one really there, really, is there? Like,
no one.
Yeah, big up that Rumble guy in the chat. I've chatted about this Kudus for time. Yeah, I think that Kudus is average baller, man. I'll be real with you. I do like Bergval, but he's like a prospect player, isn't he? He's like, we bring him in, he's your fourth choice midfielder. Maybe he does something. Archie Gray, not for me. Jed Spence, not for me. Dogan, not for me. Kulusevski, not for me. Madison, not for me. Tell, not for me. I just think they're all mid.
You're not taking Richarlison.
No, the two centre halves will go somewhere. I mean, look,
I think they're average. I think that Van de Ven, Charlie, is so overrated. It's unbelievable.
He's overrated. Sure.
He's overrated because of his pace.
Yeah,
because he can run quick. But then
gives
again, though, perception of being better than what he is.
But if you put him in a better team, he would probably look better. So
no. I'll tell you why he got rated. I'll tell you why, right? Is because he was playing in an Ange system, which was a high line. Therefore, the recovery pace was clear and obvious, where he had more grass to recover in. You put him in a deeper line, a normal defensive line. He ain't a great defender, man. He ain't great. He ain't even great in the air. That's the difference. He works under Ange. He won't work under many other managers.
Romero gets to move to an Atletico Madrid or to somewhere like that. But that's
Atletico Madrid.
Exactly. But no serious club really, other than Atletico Madrid, is going to go for him. I wouldn't imagine any of the top four clubs in England, for example, would go for him. I certainly wouldn't have him at Villa as well.
What hope do they have? Big up man like D in the chat as well. Obviously, thank you for jumping in, bro. We appreciate it. We're going to get to the other co-main events shortly, but right now we're trying to cook Deji, but he's
sorry, Errol, can you bring up that dumbass comment, please, from Ian Lyons?
I'll have a look for it. Yeah. Go on.
Not one Forest player gets into a fully fit Spurs squad. This is Exhibit A of the stupidity of this fan base that call themselves Tottenham. Oh my God, my camera.
That's one way to shit. Malfunctioned.
Nice one, Ian. Can you chat again, mate? Is this?
But seriously, like this is the fan base we are dealing with. So Anderson doesn't get in, Murillo doesn't get in, Milenkovic doesn't get in. But you keep playing Sarr and Gray. Yeah, that great partnership in that midfield that they glazed because of what they did against Atletico Madrid. This fan base is absolutely deluded. I can't wait for them to be relegated and play Lincoln City next year in Derby. I can't wait for it. I can't wait to see how many fans end up in that stadium.
You just got to hope that Lawless's boys fix up.
Lawless pissed me off at the weekend. I can't lie to you. Billy, you pissed me off as well, man. Why?
Look, I put, like I said on the group chat, I'm sorry to be the killjoy, but that win was fucking huge for us.
Bill, me and Errol are shit. It was you're secured top four anyway. You should have done.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I want it solidified.
No, do Spurs have any hope of staying up in this league?
Their only hope is West Ham being shit.
But have you seen the form? Tottenham have got 1 point in 7 games.
Yeah, but they haven't won a game this year.
They've not won this year, have they? In the league,
Atletico, but in the league, there's no wins.
LB, do you want a more scary stat than that? I don't know if you've heard this one. When the season started last season, so the last 2 seasons, a year and a half. Yeah, Spurs have lost 37 games in the Premier League. If they lose one more game this season, over the last 2 seasons, they would have lost a whole season's worth of games. And you're telling me a team like this, A, deserves to be called a Big Six team, and B, deserves to be in this league.
I agree with you. I don't think they do deserve to be called a Big Six team just because you're the Europa League team. I think it's time to change.
I was there, but bro, again, I was out there last season on this very show petitioning for them to have that revoked.
Yeah. At the time, it's already been revoked. It's gone now. It's revoked. They're only called a Big Six team because of their stadium and their training grounds. That's it. That status is revoked. I've revoked it now. It's gone.
Do we actually think they're getting relegated? Then?
Yes, Charlie.
Do we think they're getting relegated then? Because
Well, you all sat here 3 weeks ago, and you said you'd rather not you, my guy. You said you'd rather have the points than Spurs' form, and I warned you did, Charlie. I remember specifically
you would rather have the points, bro.
No, you'd rather not be Spurs.
No, I'd still rather be in Spurs' position
the points,
than I would West Ham's.
Would you though, Billy?
Not now. I would have done 2 weeks ago.
Definitely not.
When this question was asked, though, they were 5 points clear. When we asked this question.
So that was a valid point.
I didn't see them getting another point. I mean, they got the one against Liverpool because Liverpool obviously were in a charitable mood. But I don't see it. Like, you think about it. Wolves next for West Ham. Again, I can see Dan's in the chat.
That's away as well.
They've got to win that. West Ham got to win.
If West Ham win that, Spurs are in the relegation zone. Correct. It will be very interesting to see how those players react from being in that relegation zone. Because I don't see a single Spurs player that can stand there and go, lads, come on, we need to band together now. Yeah. Their promo for this game against Forest was just cringe. So cringe. It was like
they had a bus meeting. They had a bus meeting.
You can't do that, right? And then the players rock up and lose 3-0. Like,
I'm sorry, Charlie, you can't do that and have people like Tobes all morning in the group chat saying, I want to see this before every game. He's celebrating it, saying it's the best thing ever. Like, where's his standards gone? Like, I can't believe what you see with this fan base that Spurs have. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed that they're even in the same league as my team. They need to go just for us to avoid the embarrassment. It's so pathetic.
Yeah,
it's just a joke. And I gotta say, we absolutely schooled them. Big up to Igor Jesus, Milenkovic, Serbinator yet again, and Nico Williams, the most underrated fullback in the Premier League. Absolutely bust them. And
that's what I was going to ask you then, Wolfie. In terms of your lads now, what is obviously staying up has got to be the priority number one. But what more do you think you can do between now and the end of the season? Do you think you've got a chance in Europe as well? Because obviously he's qualified into the next round. And how do you think that's going to play out?
I've been consistent, Errol, from the start of the season. I said we're winning this Europa League. I did say we'd finish 7th, but 7th or 17th, same difference.
Did you specify 7th from the top or 7th from the bottom?
It doesn't matter. They're all the same. I get that Europa League. Yeah. I'm in the Champions League next season, and the third star gets put in May 2027. I've been consistent.
Wolfie, you've just said
Hang on, what?
You've just said about Deji being deluded, saying that Spurs can win the Champions League and they're not in the competition. You've just said the same.
I'm not deluded. The difference between me and
you just said the same.
No, I haven't. You
said you're going to win the competition that you're not even in yet.
Which has a chicken on top of a ball. I speak from an emblem that has 2 stars above it, bro. You should know you got 1. I know it's not as many as me. Yeah. But that's not deluded. Deji's talking about Spurs still winning the Champions League, not realizing they're out of the Champions League.
I think the greatest gift on YouTube is the fact that Deji is like a minute behind every score. So he's sat there talking, and then he's like this. He goes, "Yeah, no, the chat is it 2-0?"
You gotta feel.
And let's not forget, boys. You all sat here last week saying, "Oh, this is your last show. You're out of Europe and all this crap." Yeah, how many are you still in Europe? So 3 of us.
I'm going to July.
Silence there was kind of definite. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I still can't get too gassed about that because I've got PSG in the next round. Charlie knows how that's going to be.
That's going to be end of view. Yeah.
But obviously, Deji has got other commitments. He's in hiding. He's normally good to step outside.
We move on to Arsenal and Man City and then come back to him because he can't get away with it.
If he jumps on the stream, we will revisit. But I do think it is time to enter the main event. Obviously, man like he stepped up to the plate, obviously, because we didn't even have an Arsenal fan to probably cook. There's a good chance you're going to get cooked, bro. It's been a minute. I'm sorry it has to be you. But someone had to hold the fort for Arsenal. So there's a good chance that D might get cooked. But before I give D the floor, I would like to give LB the opportunity to gas up his team as the new reigning Carabao Cup 2026 victors. Big up yourself, brother. How do you think your side handled the pressure yesterday and stepped up to the plate?
We handled it, bro. First of all, thank you for the introduction, that Errol. Very, very nice. We handled it like a team who knows how to win trophies, get across the line, don't get stage fright. Yeah, because that's what it looked like Arsenal had yesterday. I'm going to be real with you. I was very surprised with the lads' performance yesterday, boys. I'll be real, because that's something that I've not seen from this City team. You look at City over the last 2 years, our problem's been when we're winning. We're dropping so many points. We don't know how to see out games. We go 1-0 up, we go 2-0 up. Last year, we even went 3-0 up, and we blow it all the time. Yeah, new players, maybe mentality change or whatever. But yesterday, it was like watching a City team from 3-4 years ago, man. We go 1-0 up. Yeah, we don't start going, oh, we're panicking, we win it. No, we take control again. We get a second. And then we control it, man. We control it. We're not panicking. We're not hoofing the ball constantly, trying to clear our lines. We're trying to play. Win free kicks, slow the game down. Game management was there, man. That's what this team's been missing all season. And yesterday we're seeing it, man. So not only am I buzzing, yeah, because we fucking won the trophy and that's given me massive confidence going into next season, because it's telling me the team's learning and the players are learning. Bernardo Silva spoke about it a lot this year, saying the new players, they ain't really like doing what they should be doing. Yeah, and I kind of low-key agree. And yesterday was mint, man. I'll be real, yeah. I think we cooked them. Man. They had like one.
Just quickly. You just said that you gives you confidence going into next season. Have you given up this season then?
On the league? Yeah, 100%.
Have you?
Oh, wait, so we're going to be? So you think we're going to win the league?
Yeah, I said that last weekend.
Fair enough.
The week
LB,
before you said
do you
Man
think that was
City
your
was-
best? Do you think that was your best performance of the season?
Depends what you mean by best. Not in terms of silky football, free flowing football, but up here. Yeah, 100%. That's the best performance up here we've played for 2 years. Yeah, not. We didn't play like silky football and shit like that. Yeah, that's not the best. We played better. We've at Liverpool. When we played Liverpool at the Etihad earlier on in the season, we played better football. But that's not been our problem. Our problem has been mentality. Our problem has been seeing out games when we go 1-0 up, 2-0 up, and we've been fucking it up for 2 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why yesterday, yeah, that was the best performance in terms of mentality and approach in game management. See the players, we went 2-0 up and it was like counter-attacking. Like 2-3 months ago, these guys would have been going for 3-0, trying to go for the kill. They slowed it down, they just passed it around, kept the ball, game management, man. That's what it's about in a cup final. Yeah, you don't need to go for the kill. You don't need to get that third goal. 2-0 up's enough. So for me, that's what I was buzzing about, man.
People in the chat are bigging up your young centre half here.
Yeah, because I've been gassing him up in it, saying he's a generational talent. I think he's going to be one of the greatest centre backs on the planet.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Wow.
He's got him gassed. Carabao Cup's got him gassed.
I said it 2 weeks ago, bro. I said it 2 weeks ago.
He changed what he was about to say.
Mouse.
He changed what he was about to say. He was going to say one of the greatest centre backs of all time, and he had to start. He stopped.
No, because listen, because that's not why. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I think in 2-3 years, I think he'll be the greatest centre back on the planet. I say it.
Better than Saliba.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
Well,
easy.
Saliba's
Oh,
at Real
easy,
Madrid and that, like, they'll be focusing on Mbappe and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Kuzanov, man, he's a top player, bro. Like, he's a top player. He was unbelievable yesterday. But to be honest with you, like, Arsenal was shocking, man. Arsenal got stage fright. You know what I mean? Like, they're obviously not used to winning too many trophies, and they had an opportunity yesterday.
You don't lose at Wembley.
Win a
Don't
trophy.
lose
Yeah,
at
well, this is
Wembley,
the
no.
thing.
Don't
This is
lose
the
at
thing,
Wembley.
bro.
Arteta's got an amazing record there, hasn't he?
They bottled it, man. They was on that. It was there for them. You know what I mean? The quad was on, and they was coming up against a City team that was in low morale, low form.
Both
these
first
guys
choice
just
centre
stood
backs
there.
missing as well. LB, no Guehi, no
Just
Diaz.
been dumped out of the Champions League by
Yeah.
Real Madrid.
Bro,
licking the
you know what I'm
wounds a
saying?
little
These
bit.
guys, man. These guys
Boys.
bottled it on the occasion, man. To beat a weak Man City team, and they got cooked. That's the
They didn't
truth.
even turn up. They didn't even turn up.
Well, that's what I was
Nah,
going to
they
ask the rest of
Got
the panel
rinsed.
before we get to D. Boys, do we think that was a missed opportunity for Arsenal to get advantage out
Massively.
in terms of the
Massively.
mentality for the rest of the
100%.
I can't understand for the life of me why in an opportunity like that to win a trophy, to finally win a trophy, I cannot understand for the life of me why you're not just playing your best player in every single position. Why Kepa started that is absolutely mind-boggling. And what do you know? He goes and costs them cost them the League Cup. And then for Arteta to come out and say, I suppose what else can he say? But to come out and actually admit, I'd do it again, is just, I just cannot fathom it. It's just utter ridiculousness for me. You need to win.
That's him being stubborn.
I was so buzzing, Billy. You know, as the opposition fan, when I seen it,
you would
was
be.
Playing, I was buzzing. And people say, "Well, you played Trafford, bro. Trafford's a good goalkeeper, man.
Miles better than Kepa.
Trafford's a good goalkeeper, bro. There's a lot of City fans that want him to be our number one goalkeeper. Like, he's a good goalkeeper. He's been mint this season.
There's also a difference between City, who win trophies, and Arsenal, who don't.
I think it's managers as well. It's managers. I mean, look, Sir Alex Ferguson famously against Wigan Athletic in the League Cup final, Vidic hadn't played a minute the entire way through. Puts him in for the final because he knew he needed his top team to bring home that trophy. And it doesn't matter what final it is, you bring your best to the final. And I'm interested to know why Arsenal fans aren't kicking off even more, because Kepa has history. We're not talking about like a young up-and-coming goalkeeper like a Trafford who is coming up and has done well. You know, he's got a massive future ahead of him. This is Kepa. Kepa's awful. Like the jokes that Charlie had to probably withstand all those years ago, having that guy in goal. I kind of feel like it was a mental boost for City going into that game. Kepa's in goal, absolutely sane.
Right, I'd be annoyed about that, but I'd be even more disgusted by the way that Arteta set his team up in a final when you've got an opportunity to go and make a statement to get a first trophy in 6 years and really give you some momentum for the finishing straight. Instead, you've got once again labelled at Arsenal, can't get over the line, don't know how to win, don't deliver when it really matters. And if you turned up and you played your best football and you got beaten on the day by the better side, fair play. But not only did you get beaten by the better side, you didn't even try. You created nothing. You played awful football. It was a disgusting.
Charlie, also look at the difference in goalkeepers as well. The way that Arsenal play with Raya at the back.
Yeah,
it was a complete change in the way they play. They know Arsenal coming out from the back with Raya at the back. They know what he brings with Kepa. Kepa can't do that.
Well, look, what I would say is, right, obviously they were shocking. They didn't turn up and it was an embarrassing performance. But if they do go and win the league, which they probably will, people won't really say anything about this. But it's more. But for me, it's more about.
My question to you was the advantage. There was an opportunity for advantage.
Arsenal. Oh no, 100%. Yeah.
They could book City again in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
They're not going to book them in the Champions League now. We understand that. But in the title race as well, they're going to come up against City in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just before I come to D really quick, I've got 2 super chats, and one kind of alludes to the point that Charlie was just making. If Arsenal win the league, they are the worst champions I have ever seen. All they do is set pieces for goals. That was from Dominic. Big up yourself. Thank you very much.
I take offence to that. Like, I'm United. I take offence to that
because you've seen some shit United teams win the leagues as well. I get it.
Okay. Well, we've done it a lot more times than you, mate. So obviously, don't worry about it.
I've got to get astray in somewhere about United.
But who cares? Like, is any Arsenal fan going to sit there and go, "Oh, we were shit"? No chance. It's all about
that'd make them want it even more.
Yeah,
absolutely. We were the shittest, but we won.
But we still won. But I've got a big question for them at the end of the season, just based on what's happened to us this season. And I'll ask Dia in a sec when we've got through this super chat, because it just finishes off on LB's point. Kazanov will be a generational talent. LB is 100% spot on. Thank you very much for the super chat. The question I was going to ask was, D, break down obviously what you thought of the game yesterday, whether you're disappointed. I imagine you are. How disappointed? But then answer me this as well. If you then go on to win the league, is it thank you, Arteta, thank you very much, and off you go? Or do you allow him to stay afterwards, knowing what you know about Liverpool and Arne Slot's season this year?
What do you mean? What's the Arne Slot? What are you talking about?
So the way that Liverpool won the league last year, and we thought, we're going to go on a generational run. We've got a new manager. We just keep on that trajectory.
Arteta's been there 6-7 years. Completely different.
But it's 6-7 years, and he'll win one. You think he's good to then carry on now and stack them?
Of course.
That's the question. Okay.
If we win the league, what do you think is going to happen? He's going to leave. He ain't going anywhere. He'll stay. All the Arsenal fans will be happy with him staying. This is what we want. We want the league, innit? That's what we want. Obviously, everyone's disappointed. We got we got outclassed by City, innit? Like what people forget, yeah, or what happens a lot of time in football is that there's two teams. Sometimes when you play, you always have a tendency to talk about how bad your team was or what your team done wrong. But there's another team playing a football match as well. And sometimes a team is better. It's a sport, innit? City were better than us. They outclassed us. Their manager is better than us. Their team is more mature. They outclassed us. It happens, innit? The more thing that I'm more irritated about was the fact that I would rather die on our sword more so. Because up to about 60 odd minutes, there was no shots on either side. Like City didn't have any chances up to that point. So it wasn't a thing of we got outclassed overall because City deserved the win because they were the ones that were more dominant in the game. So they would, if they had lost the game, they would have died on their sword. They had all their attackers on the pitch. They didn't even have their centre backs. They had no Diaz, no Stones, no Gvardio, no Gahey. Didn't even have their centre backs. We didn't even attack them. So that's more the issue for me, that you want to die fighting, innit? But overall, we can't be talking about Arsenal like when we're saying like, oh yeah, like Man City this and Man City done that. If Arsenal win the league, no one's going to be talking about Arsenal as bottlers, are they? That's the point. Like we win the league, we're not going to be saying, oh, Arsenal are bottlers and Man City are this and Man City are that. And...
No, that's true. That's true. But obviously, right now we're talking about yesterday, yeah. And I think a lot of people, bro, have questions.
It's another failure.
As to why, when you've not won a trophy for 6 years, you spent all the dough that you spent, you're top of the league. You're known for bottling it. Why, in a final yesterday, when you're coming up against a relatively weak City team, did it look like your players got stage fright?
And they haven't won that competition for nearly 30 years.
Because they did get stage fright. That's the point I'm making. Is
that not a concern though? That it's
a concern today. It's a concern today and tomorrow and stuff like that. But what I would hope is that because a lot of them have pulled out of the international breaks. Because they've obviously decided, we need to go and win this league now. They're in a perfect position to win the league. We're 9 points clear. They've got a game in hand. They've still got to play us. They've had a. It's a tag. The only issue that I've got is that it's the tag that's going to keep lingering on until you win silverware.
Yeah,
it's just going to keep lingering on. It's one of those things. But it's down to us and the players. Like I can't even complain too much because I was one of those guys that said he should play Kepa. So I can't now reverse it and pretend that it's all Arteta because I would have made the same decision. The issue is more the fact that I forgot what this feeling was like of when, Man City are not a team that are going 6 years without trophies. We are. So we needed to have played our first team to get over that line to stop this conversation. Because this conversation here is the issue. It's not so much about the fact we got to a final and stuff like that. It happens, isn't it? You do lose games.
But that's not our fault. We've got to have this uncomfortable conversation.
No, that's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm saying. Okay. But the issue is the whole thing about, oh yeah, are we bottlers and stuff like that? Yeah, we are. But in about, say, I don't know, 2 months' time, everyone is gonna in my ward is gonna be like they're gonna have to eat their words from 2 months ago.
But just real quick, talking of uncomfortable conversations, I don't want to be the guy that mentions it, but what's going on with Saka?
Someone said that.
He's having a poor season. There's no debate. There's no doubt about that. Like a lot of players having a poor season though. Trossard started the goals having a poor season.
I don't know if it's me. I just think he's mad overrated. I just don't see it. I think he's a good footballer and he's done good stuff, right? But when you sign the big contracts, when you're I presume he's the highest paid player at Arsenal. When you got that expectation, that level of pressure on you, you're expected to step up and deliver in big moments. And I can't remember a time when Saka's delivered when it really, really matters. And
but when you say overrated, like what wingers better?
In terms of, I think that he's made out to be a lot better than he actually is. I'm not saying he's bad footballer. I think he's a great footballer, but I just feel like he's made out to be a lot better than he is. And when you look at a title-winning Arsenal team, more than likely, you'd expect him to be the standout figure in that team, and he just isn't.
Yeah, but when you say overrated, I'm trying to figure out what do you class as rated? Like, give me some players that you would say are a level above him in the league. Like, you have to tell me what overrated. He has to be overrated to a standard, doesn't he? What's the standard that you're saying he's not rated to?
I would look at someone like...
Look at his team, Garnacho. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, obviously he's
not. I'm saying, like, when we say overrated, like, what are we rated? What we talking about? We talking about Semenyo because he's better than that? Are we talking about And Bremo, he's better than that.
I don't know if he is better than Semenyo. I'll be real.
Oh, come on, let's not.
I mean, Saka's a victim. Saka is a victim. He's a victim of a manager who overplays. And any decent manager, when a player of his quality, and he is quality, Charlie, I get what you're saying, but with respect, you've got Gittins and Garnacho. You need to sit this one out. When you look at Saka has absolutely...
I didn't say it was bad,
no, hang on. Saka has been overplayed and hasn't got a manager that has the stones to say, I'm pulling you out for a few weeks because you're not the player that I need right now. Managers make great players. Players can only do so much. It's great managers that make them great. And unfortunately, because of how long he's been playing out of form, Arteta's just going to die on that sword. He's just going to play him and hope that in a game he bangs, he hits one into the top bins. I don't think you put it all on Saka. I think you've got to look at the manager.
I think probably a fairer thing would be to question Arteta's ability to coach an attack.
Correct.
I think that's probably a fairer way of framing it.
But you've gone to gaslight it, because what Dan said is exactly right. And I'd go a step further, Dan. I would say he rushed him back at the end of last season. People forget that injury.
We all know he did.
Yeah, so if we all know we did, why are you asking this dumb question then?
It's not a dumb question.
It is a dumb question.
So you say
what are you saying about Saka?
Why is it a dumb question?
It is a dumb question because it's clear Saka's talented. The biggest issue was he was rushed back after a nasty tear last year into, was it the Real Madrid game, D, if I remember rightly? They rushed him back for that. He's never recovered since then, and he's been overused this season, as Dan said. It's as black and white as that.
Correct. You need a manager.
I don't think it's a mad question.
Yeah, but Saka he's England's best winger, arguably England's best player, and he's Arsenal's best.
Definitely not England's best player.
He's not England's
He's
best
not even
player.
England's best player.
Look at LB's face then.
Wait, what are you talking? Wait, hold on. What are you talking about? What do you mean he's not England's best player? He's been player of the year.
Declan Rice is England's
Kane.
more.
Harry Kane's probably England's
Harry
best player.
Kane.
What are you talking about, Billy? I thought Konza would have been their best player. What are you doing?
He's the best defender. Best defender.
What's going on there? What's going on? What people saying that they wanted Harry Kane dropped for ages? When we're talking about Harry Kane dropped,
Bro, well, I'd drop Saka. What are you on about?
For who?
From Madueke.
Anyone?
Who?
You can't just say anyone, LB. You can't
who?
say anyone.
Name names. Who? You have to say who.
I'd start. Who would I start? Bowen. There you go.
Bowen's having a stinker of a season.
He's doing his Arsenal Defence League. He was defending Gyökeres to the hills, and he had to give that one up. And now he's jumping on the.
Wait, no, hold on. But you can't say Bowen and act like Bowen's had a good season. Bowen has not had a good season for West Ham.
So 17 GA is not a good season.
Bowen is not having a good season for West Ham.
I'd rather take Bowen at right wing than him. I'd take Palmer, even though he's shit. I'd take him at right wing right now.
You take Palmer over him.
You're just saying that.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
that.
I'll
tell you one thing that Palmer does. He doesn't get
right now. Yeah, I would.
He doesn't get stage fright when it matters.
Yeah, I would.
Palmer's been better than Saka then.
What this year?
But that's not the question. Who would I rather have? I would rather have right now. I'd rather have Palmer.
Would you put Foden on the right over Saka?
Who?
Foden.
No.
I
don't even take Foden to the World Cup.
Yeah,
I'm not fraud. I'll say what I think about my players, unlike Arsenal fans who just shit all the time.
I say the truth, bro. I'll say the truth. I know, like Saka's at Man City, he starts.
Not in this form, he doesn't.
Simple as that.
In this form, you think he starts at City?
So that's where he goes. If he's at your team, he starts.
In this form, you think he starts at City in this form?
Well, that's like saying anyone in form or whatever. We all know Saka's a top player.
But Saka's been shit for a season, bro. What we're doing here?
Yeah, but he's been poor this season. But we all know he's a top player. That's the point.
Yeah, we all know he's a top player. But Foden's a top player, and he's been shit for 18 months. Like at some point, you've got to go. The guy's just shit.
That don't even make
Is this a general issue? Because Errol could stand up and say
at some point, form is no longer form, and the players just dropped off. That's just the facts.
But what I think there's a deeper problem. But let me just say this. I think there's a deeper underlying problem with Saka that we're probably not addressing, and I think Wolfie was trying to allude to it. It's the fact that he might have broken down now. His body after that injury might not be the same, which doesn't allow him, especially with the rehabilitation not going the way that we've expected in his form and everything else that's played out this season. It might mean that Saka might never regain the levels that took him to the conversations of being the England's best right winger or the best right winger in the Premier League. So that's what I think is going to be the more interesting situation over the next 3 to 6 months. You might get enough, same way we got enough out of Salah last season for Salah to help Liverpool win the league and get it over the line. But what comes next, that's the more worrying concern for me where Saka is concerned anyway.
The issue in the Arsenal team, Saka's on form, but he's not the problem in the Arsenal team. He's just off form, and it happens. It's football. You have players that are on form, but when you're saying you have Palmer over Saka, who's off form as well, then it doesn't make sense. Isn't it? You're gonna have an off form player for an off form player.
But my point is, if I would have an off form player, I'd rather have Palmer than Saka.
But D, I don't know if you'd agree with me on this, but when you lot was shit like 18 months ago, or not shit, but not as good, it was Saka versus the rest. Now your team is more balanced. The reliance on Saka is also a lot less. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So that has to play a part in it as well, because it's more balanced than it used to be, where it's Saka FC. I mean, that's what Arsenal fans used to get called. So
we're acting like you can't, like players we've not seen off form players before. Foden was off form for a year, then he had a brilliant season, then he's off form again. Like, we know players have patches of form. Saka's off form. It's the first time we've ever seen Saka off form in about 5 years. Saka's been on form for like 5-6 years straight. Like, we're talking like this one period is like, oh, this is the real Saka. Saka's been on form since he was 18.
It's not just a period of a month or two, is it though? It's a full season.
It's been we won't say a whole off, more or less, maybe.
No, it has been a full season.
Well, he didn't score the season yet. He only got 4 calendar goals in 2025 in the whole of 2025.
He hasn't been phenomenal this season. But what I'm saying is he's been brilliant.
Phenomenal. He's been shit, bro. What are we doing here? Why can't you just say it?
See what the Carabao Cup does? See what the Carabao Cup does? Now he's like,
I don't get
every minute he's cussing his team.
He's
cussing his team every minute. Every minute he's cussing his team. Now he's won the Carabao Cup. Now he's
the chest is different.
This is what he does. This is what he does, isn't it? But let's see.
Yeah, with a trophy, you'll fucking understand what I'm saying.
Let's see how he is. We've got to play you again at the Etihad, you know. So you see all of this, we got you in 2 weeks' time. So let's see if in 2 weeks' time it's the same energy. Let's see.
Do you have more confidence now?
Game, you have to win. You have to win.
Well, this is what I was going to say.
Bro, I've checked out. I'm chilling. I can't lose.
Which game would you have rather won? That Etihad game before the final? Would you have won the Etihad game or the final?
The final, obviously.
Yeah, the final.
Why is it obvious?
It's a trophy final. It's a trophy, bro.
But I'm saying, would you rather win the Premier League or the Carabao Cup?
That's not the question. Now you're asking me a different question.
No, I'm saying,
I'll answer that question. I'd rather win the Premier League over the Carabao Cup.
Let me phrase it. Would you have rather been in the title race closer to Arsenal in the Premier League or win the Carabao Cup?
Win the Carabao Cup.
Okay. So you'd rather have no chance of winning the Premier League and win the Carabao Cup than a chance of winning the Premier League.
I don't think we can win the Premier League, bro. I don't think we can win the Premier League. I don't think we're good enough. I think we've dropped.
That's the question I'm asking you. I'm asking you, would you rather be closer to Arsenal than win the Carabao Cup?
But you're asking me a question that's just a stupid question, bro, with respect, yeah? Because it's you're asking me something that can't happen. City are not going to win every game for the rest of the season. It ain't going to happen.
You don't need to.
What do you mean?
We do need to win every game for the rest of the season, unless Arsenal do the biggest bottle job of all time.
You've got a game in hand. You've got 9 points. You've got a game in hand. And if you beat us, you're 3 points behind us.
Yeah.
Yes, and I don't think City are going to drop points. I think City will drop points in a game for the rest of the season. We've got 7 games left. Ain't no way this City team wins 7 out of 7. No chance.
Where do you think you're dropping points?
Villa, last game of the season, quite possibly.
No. We'll be.
They'll be on the beach then. They'll be on the beach then.
You do this all the time, man.
Innit?
Yeah,
It don't matter, bro. We drop points to fucking Forest and West Ham.
against you.
We drop points to 2 teams in a relegation scrap in the space of
I'm
a
not
week.
in a relegation scrap.
No, you are.
Well, if we win the league,
I'm looking at your games. You got Chelsea, who are just as embarrassing as Spurs.
Who beat us with no manager and no goalkeeper and no right
look
back
where
and
they
no
are now.
midfielder.
Look where they are now. Then you've got Arsenal. That's
They're better now than they were when we played them, but okay.
Mate, this shit team is 11 places above you, bro.
And you lost to Brighton, so I'd be quiet. You lost to your feeder club, bro.
bro. I might
No,
be
you
shit.
didn't. That
I'll
was
never
Errol.
be,
Sorry.
I'll never
That was
be
Errol.
17.
Anyway, we'll come on to you in a minute. I'm just saying, you then got Burnley, Everton, Brentford, and Bournemouth. Are you really telling me that list of fixtures scares you?
Oh my God, Wolfie, you do this all the time. Oh, why
He
you not
he
back
loves
the
this
team?
game.
Yeah,
Bro,
and
get
then
the crystal ball out. You might as well tell us what results are happening.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not
Let
what
us
I'm
know
saying.
how it's played out.
I'll tell you what, if you stuck a bet on it, you'd be billionaire by now.
Yeah, Wolfie,
Yeah.
tell us what results City are getting for the rest of the season.
Why?
And the lottery numbers while you're there.
I don't think they're out of it, by the way. I don't think.
I don't
I think 3 points is not a big gap if they were to beat Arsenal.
It's not a big gap. I'm confused. Like he's talking like City are completely out of the title race. So
Yeah, but
Brother, like,
2
if
weeks
you
ago he was
do
saying they were
Yeah,
winning.
you,
it, so-
but this is the thing.
The
This
table.
is what
I'm
Dan.
so confused.
This is-
I
this
thought they were in it.
7 games left, bro.
So
Like, you've got a
I've never
superior
thought-
goal
I've never
difference.
thought that. See, I didn't know that people thought that City were out of the title race because all I've heard is Sharks are circling. So
Yeah,
I didn't know that
Nah, it's
everyone.
baby sharks, isn't it?
So
I didn't
here's
know
the
that
thing,
they
though,
were out of it.
and this isn't necessarily you, because we haven't had a conversation about where your league titles race has been run for a while. But people like Potts in particular, when he's on this show, he has a way of saying to us there have been moments where he could kill off City and just finish them. And there was the game against Chelsea. Can he get the result? There was the game against us at Anfield. Can he get a result? Then it was at your place. Can we get a result? There was Man U, and then he dropped points. Yesterday was another example of if they would have beaten City with that wounded after the Champions League, obviously defeat in the week, and then losing in the final, that might have just been enough on a morale basis alone for City to just go, fuck it. We're never going to catch these. They're just that little bit better than us this season. When you go toe to toe for them, they just got a little edge on us, and all of a sudden, that doubt is back in your mind, and they've now got that. Maybe let's test the nerve, and I think that's what's probably pissed people like Potts off the most. Instead of just putting the final nail in the coffin of City's season, forget what they're going to do afterwards. Arsenal have not been able to rise to the occasion.
I agree with that. I think like even in the January transfer window, I think at one point we should have been about 12 to 15 points clear with all the points dropped. That City didn't win a game for like 6 games in a row or something like that. I think if we were so far ahead, they wouldn't even have bought Gahey and Semenyo to go for the title still. I don't think they would have even gambled trying to get those guys. So I think we should have killed them off. But like,
well, let me reverse the question, LB. Do you think Arsenal will drop points? And if so, how many, roughly?
I think they'll drop points in the City game. And I think they'll drop points in one game.
you know what's funny about it, Wolfie? He says we're bottlers, but then thinks we're not going to bottle it. That's so confusing to me.
No, because you bottled the final, but I actually
but you're saying we're going to win the league, so we're not bottlers then in your head.
No, because you're still bottlers, yeah. You're just less of a bottlers.
If we win the Premier
you
League,
argue that you're the league bottlers
that make
this
sense?
season?
Well, we've been top of the table for 9 days, so you can't really bottle the table. You can't bottle the league.
No, you can, because you've had umpteen opportunities, as we've just discussed.
You can bottle the league when
you're
top of the
at
league
least
for 9
level
days.
with
That's news to me.
Arsenal and get past them.
That's unbelievably new to me.
What, you don't think you
Bottle
should
the
be
league when
ahead
you're
of them?
top 9 days is mad. I've never heard that before.
You don't think you would have bottled the league?
In that case, Spurs are the biggest bottle jobs because they did it with Ange. They was top for like 2 months. Got a quick couple of super chats, lads, and then we will move on past the Arsenal City final showdown. Here's the first one. It says Kepa had a mare, but he was not the one standing on the touchline fixing his hair when changes needed to be made, and none were made. There was no plan B. Any thoughts on that? Robertinho, thank you for the super chat. Says I was hearing shit on Declan, no spice for Ballon d'Or. Laughing my ass off. Both Mendy and Rice dog walked by an ACL recovering Rodri, and Brock Lesnar bodied by an AK-47. Thank you very much for the super. We've got a couple more popping up here as well. Arsenal played like an insecure pussy. I should probably read these before I just throw them up on the stream. But the problem is that Arsenal will win the league, but we'll be talking about like Liverpool last season. They won, yes, but you will gain no respect. I mean,
Well, they will get some respect. They will get respect.
Yeah, you've got to put respect on our name.
You ain't one to talk about respect, Charlie. Seriously.
And I think
Are we talking about Chelsea yet?
Yeah, well, this is where we're about to this is where we're about to transition to. We will get into talking about the teams that weren't able to. Obviously, top 4 race, Liverpool. We'll do Liverpool, Chelsea, and United all together. Then we'll talk on Billy because his team actually did have some bottle this weekend.
You can tell he's back this week.
Innit? It's been a minute.
They won, yeah.
Little tad smile on his face. He's happy. Boys, none of us, well, maybe less so than United, but where Liverpool and Chelsea are concerned, we just don't look like we want this Champions League next season, do we, Charlie? Be honest,
mate. We don't deserve to be in it. Like, but the only way, if we somehow got into it, like it makes no difference anyway. We're only there to make the numbers up. So I'd rather not be in it. There's just no point at this stage. There's no point even being in it because it's not going to change anything. You know, we just make the numbers up. We're not serious about winning it or competing for it, and we're not going to get any better signings or better transfers by being in it. So might as well just run me some Thursday night football. And
which competition do you want then, Charlie? Europa or conference?
Oh, mate, when you've won them all, Errol, we don't really need to pick whatever comes your way, innit?
Charlie, your experience. I mean, like, you've got to blame Spurs. You have to have the biggest problem in the world with Spurs because I've experienced a what if moment. I have, like, if United win the Europa League that last season, Garnacho stays. He does because he wants to play Champions League. We get Delap. I feel like you are the
sliding doors.
Yeah, sliding doors. I feel like you're the victims because, I mean, I used to gas him up because young player at United, it's what we do. We have young players come on and we back them and we want them to do well. And watching him this season, I honestly, I think we skimmed you. Like the fact we got 40 million for him is absolutely a joke. He is absolutely abysmal. I didn't realize how bad he was. I genuinely didn't. And then Delap, I don't know what this guy offers. There's already talk that you're trying to get rid of him now as well to Newcastle or to Everton, I think it was. And like, I don't want to go down the old narrative of last week saying I feel sorry for you because you go everywhere and you do. And, you know, I did send you the train times to try and get you out of there earlier, but you chose to ignore them.
I got back fine.
Mate, I
That's cold.
I'm being nice. I've turned over a new leaf. I'm being nice. I just don't know where you go, Charlie. Like you are literally Groundhog Day, and you know at the moment I think you're closer to 12th than you are.
Oh, mate, I'm not even bothering looking at the teams above me. I'm looking at making sure I can try and finish ahead of Brentford and Everton because at the moment we're just in free fall. Like you look at how we're playing, and look, we all knew that Rafinha wasn't up to it. He wasn't good enough. He's out of his depth, and he wasn't really going to do anything. We all know that, but it's clear now.
Charlie, big D, big up, bro. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Nice one, brother.
Catch up with you soon,
Take care, bro.
Take it easy.
We all
know that Rafinha is not that guy. And it's now evident. It's taken less than 2 months to realise that he's not it, which we knew anyway. And the recent performances have shown that he's got no tactics. Whatever plans he's doing, the players aren't buying into it. They don't believe in it, and we are absolutely woeful. We are so bad, and like even we weren't great defensively, right, under Maresca, but we were a lot better than this, and we're just shipping goals every game for fun. The defense is terrible. There's massive gaps in the midfield now. We're so easy to play through. And this just looks like a team that's given up at the end of the day. They don't believe in this. Just real quick, Errol. And when you've got a situation, right, where you've got players who have checked out, and not only have those players checked out, and you've also got players that have checked out that aren't good enough, that is a lethal combination. And it only ends one way.
Why?
Sorry, Aaron, go on.
No, it's okay. Why are your board so hell bent on having a yes man as a manager, though?
Because they won't swallow their pride. They're egomaniacs, mate. They're wrong and they're the sort of people that just want to be wrong and strong. Like they don't want to accept that they're wrong. They think that everyone else is wrong and what they do is right. And you know they'd have far more respect for them if they held their hands and go, do you know what? We tried something. It's not working. We're going to fix up now, and we're going to switch up, and we're going to go down a different route, and going to try and make it work. They will double down on this nonsense like never before in the summer.
Agreed.
They genuinely will, and this is the worrying thing, right? I said after the PSG game, like, I think that's bad. Like, it's going to get worse than we had Everton. Look, I do think we'll beat Port Vale. I don't want to. I'm not going to 100. I'm not going to 100% confirm it. But I do think we're going to beat Port Vale. But then you've got Man United and Man City at home in your next two Premier League games back to back, and I look at them. I just don't see
away after that, Charlie.
I just don't see where the points are coming from. Genuinely, with how we're playing right now, and Rossignol, he just hasn't got anything about him. He's got nothing. Like, I do actually feel sorry for him because he was never going to say no to the job, but he doesn't deserve to be there. He should just be put out of his misery. You know, the job's too big for him. He doesn't deserve to be there. It's actually unfair on him, and they should just get rid of him.
You've got no aspirations, Charlie. Like the ownership have got no aspirations. You're literally, like, you think about it. You won the Conference League last season, brill. You know, I mean, you were in it, you won it, brill.
Yeah.
The World Club Championships, that was more about the money, wasn't it? You weren't going there going, we're going to win this. This was about what money we can make from this tournament. It was as simple as that. When also you look at it, I think you deep it. Your whole MO at the moment is literally bring in players, sell them on. Like, I don't think anyone in that club sits there and goes, we could legitimately not get European football this season. I don't think,
but no one cares.
I don't think
no one's asked, and that's the problem. Like, there's no accountability, and you've got a situation, right, where you had a culture of winning. And,
that's what I was about to say.
And that's been eroded. This lot have come in, and in the space of 4 years, they have eroded.
Your fan base have sat on the hands, though. In my mind, I felt like your fan base at one point in time used to be so forceful in. You've already had everything you could ask for in terms of the type of owner that would spend money and make a squad better almost year in, year out. But on top of that he was relentless with his desire to win. So if a manager that was plucked from whatever club was deemed to be world class, and even if they still couldn't cut it, he'd get rid and look for the next world class manager to
and the reason
that was almost like an expectation. Sorry, Charlie, that was almost an expectation.
The reason that worked though so well is because for the vast majority of that, we had the best squad, we had the best team, and so all you needed was someone who was literally halfway competent at coaching. And we would win trophies and we get results because the squad was that good. Now you're seeing a situation, right, where they are appointing managers who shouldn't even be in this job in the first place, and they've got a squad that is not serious and not capable of achieving the things that we should be achieving. So,
how many different managers' blueprints are on this squad, Charlie?
Well, they talk about this squad, right? This squad is not fit for anyone, any manager. It's so unbalanced. It's lacking in quality. There's no.
Can I ask a question, Charlie, with that, though, with what you've just said? If you believe this, why were you having us believe that you'd win trophies in the Champions League? Like, I
didn't think that we wouldn't finish in the top 5. No, I don't think that was a ridiculous thing to say that I backed us to come third. That's obviously, while it's mathematically still possible, it's not. We have to be honest here. It probably isn't going to happen. But I don't think that was an outrageous claim. Like, coming third this year, like, this will be the easiest year to come third, and like, we just haven't been able to capitalize on it at all. And then look, we're still in the FA Cup. Do I think we'll win that? No, probably not.
That's a change in tune.
Yeah, it is, mate, because of the last 4 results. Mate, we haven't scored a goal.
Trophy collectors, he told me.
What did that walk with the birds do to you on Saturday night?
Reflecting. I had a lot of reflecting.
He's had an epiphany.
On my stroll back to Liverpool, I'm sure. A lot of reflection. Yeah, bro, we're just not good, boys, and that's the reality of it. Is that we can't defend. The goalkeeper's not good enough. The attack is not functioning. We haven't scored a goal in our last 3 games, and the midfield is that there's so many gaps in the midfield, and we're so easy to play against. So there's a lot of problems.
You've got to answer to this, Charlie. Though,
yeah, my guys keep receipts, Charlie. Big up, Andy.
By the way, what part of coming third is challenging for the league?
Charlie, your words were at the start of the season when I was not on the show and I was watching like a good little boy waiting for my chance. You said it not 1 week but 2 weeks. You said we can challenge. And that was off the back of you obviously winning the World Club Championships. Fantastic.
Yeah, but that was with the premise that we'd sign decent players.
No, the transfer window is shut, my friend. The transfer window is shut. And Dan, let me just add to it.
I definitely didn't say semi-finals of the Champions League.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did.
The only way I would have said that was
I will get Andy to do the get. Andy
I think that
will
might
dig
have
it
been after
up.
the Barcelona win. I think that might have been after the Barcelona
Andy will
win.
dig it up. Trust me, he's that.
I'm going to be
petty.
chucking some videos into
Now,
Notebook LM
let me
tonight.
add down something else to remind you. Let me remind you of something else he said. I remember we asked him, is he in a title race? And do you remember what he said? Hold on. He didn't say no. He didn't say no. He said, ask me after the Arsenal and Burnley match. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Why didn't you say no, Charlie?
Because
if you know all this epiphany you've suddenly had from your walk down from the Dickinson Stadium and everything, bro, why didn't you know this when we were asking you those questions?
Because you asked me that months ago when we said Enzo Maresca in charge.
Bro, you were confident. You were confident, and actually, Dan's right in the chat. You were confident about PSG. You were confident.
I was confident. Yeah.
Didn't you say, Errol, I'll see you in the next round?
Well, no, we were reminiscing that we might run back the early 2000s. But unfortunately, we weren't able to do it. But the
Rumble on one is bang up. Get that comment up now, Errol. Get that comment up now.
Oh yeah, but you know,
I remember this week. In the words of expressions, oh my days, blood! Oh my days!
That one doesn't look great, Charlie. I can't.
No, that was not good.
But you know what? I think Charlie, as always, he steps outside. He takes the heat in spite of his team's deficiencies, and he's there to answer for their crimes most often than
not. And he
not.
makes a bloody good bed. Look at his bed; it's always.
And can we just ask him? Can we just ask him? Is he looking forward to Gary O'Neill being his next manager?
Nah, look, at this point, I'm not even thinking about my manager. I'm just thinking about the season ending. I've checked out.
Can I just ask you? I don't know if it was on your TikTok or YouTube. I can't remember. You were getting very excited. You were on your green screen, and there was a little tweet behind you talking about a protest against the ownership.
We've got fans coming over. We've got the Strasbourg fans coming over.
Oh, when's this happening?
Before the United game.
What, you thinking of switching to Strasbourg? You had enough?
No. You've got the Strasbourg fans coming over. And there's the details have not been released, but there's going to be obviously a joint protest.
Oh, it's a secret protest.
No, it's not a secret protest. They just haven't.
What he's saying, Wolfie, is the Chelsea fans can't be trusted to do it themselves, so they've had to bring in all the
It's true. Do you know CB? He came all the way over from Paris for a Chelsea protest, and no one else turned up. He came from fucking Paris, man, and he had to hold the sign there by himself.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that was one that was like spoken about, but like there was no actual real.
It wasn't a secret one. It wasn't a secret one.
It's not secret.
So what are you protesting? What are you protesting just out of interest?
Against the ownership, mate. So
the ownership that you can't get rid of for 7 more years, you're protesting to get them out now,
bro. You got to do something. You can't just sit here and watch the club burn to the ground. You've got to do something.
So you're going to protest. You know what it would be? You know what I mean? That'd be like if Conservatives got in tomorrow. Say there was an election here tomorrow and Conservatives got in. And a bunch of Labour people stood there protesting, saying, get them out. And everyone's like, the next election ain't for 7 years, lads. What are you doing? That's literally you. Like, what are you doing, man? You're more embarrassing than Spurs' bloody bus parade.
Mate. Well, when your club is falling apart in front of your very eyes, you've got to do something about it.
Eyes. I love that, Martin. That's
you've got to do something about it.
I agree, Charlie. They need to do something. I don't know what the answer is. You seem to be locked into some death row contract.
But the answer is not doing nothing. Something's got to be done.
Yeah, no, of course, I agree.
Do you think maybe I've got an idea what you could chant? You could be going down there, get the boombox. Hey, Bluco, leave those kids alone.
Sick, man. So, as much as it's fun to obviously send it that way towards Charlie and obviously give him a little bit of a cook, and I think my team have to step outside as well and hold it very briefly before we touch on Manchester United. We didn't get 3 points. We absolutely fumbled the bag and it's more of the same from Liverpool at the moment. Lads, I've pretty much said all I can say about Liverpool. But
same as me, innit? We're just what can we say at this point? We're both awful, and it's just the same rinse and repeat stuff again. But bro, are you slot out? Sure, you must be. Surely.
No, I think my stance has been the same now for a number of months, Charlie. I think I was always going to judge him on the Champions League. So the longer he stays in the Champions League, the more time he's got to secure us in that top 4 spot. If we are dumped out of the Champions League and look further adrift, the Brentfords and the Evertons have caught us up in the league, I think at that point it's like, okay, then he probably might not get the end of the season. But I imagine
you're going to win it, Errol. I just got a horrible feeling you're going to win it,
bro. I wouldn't mind it, but at this point, it would feel like the biggest of all scams, because we would have to overcome PSG for definite, either Real Madrid or Bayern.
Yeah, it's not happening.
And again, at that point in the semi-final, anything can happen. So I'd roll the dice at that point and start getting excited. But then you'd still have to do a one-off game with the likes of Arsenal, Atletico, or Barcelona.
Yeah,
so for Liverpool to lift it, we are going to have to beat teams that right now are better than us, whether it's on their day or not. They turn up and play 70% and they're better than Liverpool trying to go full tilt at the moment. I've
got flashbacks of
2005. Yeah, and I get the shades of it
in my head, because it was exactly the same. You struggled in the league that season. Everybody was questioning Benitez. This is, is this guy going to do anything? And then you go and do that. Champions League's different in it. It's cup competition, and sometimes when you're having a season that's absolutely abysmal by Liverpool standards, I think it's not at the realms of possibility. I think we're getting into the stage now with the Champions League, with the teams that are in there. Most of them, you'd say, have got a chance of winning it. And I think, I hate saying it, but I think Liverpool are one of them.
Well, I don't mind that.
You can never write them off, can you?
Correct.
That's the thing. You can never write them off in Europe.
I think one of the things that I've worried about more than anything else this season is I conceded the league months ago, but wanted the Champions League and said focus on that. But I always wanted to use the league as a bit of a springboard for form, and we've just not been able to do it. We had that run back end of the year into January. We was like, Liverpool haven't been beat for like 11 games or something like that. But there was probably about 3 wins in that, loads of draws, and it wasn't convincing. And then ever since then, it's been up and down. We might get 1 or 2 wins, a win, a draw, a loss, a win, a draw, a loss, a loss, and it's repeat, rinse and repeat. So the league is doing nothing for our form. So that doesn't give me any confidence when we're going into these big European games. I think Salah obviously didn't play this weekend. So he's someone that's not necessarily been scapegoated, but a lot of blame's been put on his doorstep. Ekitike goes off injured. But again, just defensively, just so easy to cut through. Soft underbelly at the moment. Fair play to Danny Welbeck. I think he's got the most goals for any English striker this season.
How is Solanke and Calvert-Lewin not? How is, by the way, you got Solanke and Calvert-Lewin picked ahead of Welbeck in England, which was a disgrace. There's 35-man squad and he's still not in it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's mental.
Yeah, so that was disappointing. And then again, the most embarrassing thing for me, what comes out of that is James Milner at 40 years of age ran.
What's in you, bro?
He
bossed it. He bossed it, didn't he?
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. He ran 13 kilometres, and the most our midfielders ran on average between the 3 of them was 12. So him on his own is outrunning pretty much to a man the whole midfield, running them into the ground. And our oldest midfielder's like 26. It makes no sense. So in terms of the intensity, the work rate, the energy levels, they've dropped so significantly in the last 12 months, this Liverpool side. It's at the point where it's unrecognisable. And I do think at the end of this season, I think even if there was a Champions League, or if we do qualify for Champions League, winning it or qualifying for it, I think the board would have that conversation and just say, "Thank you."
Do you think you will
look for something else?
Like, I know we're both awful, and it don't seem like anyone wants that 5th place. Do you think you will get 5th and get that Champions League spot?
I honestly don't. I'm not confident.
No, I'm not either.
Confident. We're going to have, again, it's just going to be more of the same. We'll have some wins, we'll have some losses. Dan United, briefly, just on your team. dropped a couple of points.
Whoa, is that all we get on Liverpool?
Oh, well, no, because you jumped off the screen. You just jumped back on it.
Yeah,
You would
you
like to say
disappeared,
something.
mate. What would you like to
Oh,
say?
Wolfie, what would you like to say?
I just think you're getting away with it again, Errol.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hosting. This is what Potts does every single week.
Yeah, let's take that hosting Ron does the politician thing where he just deflects.
But when are we going to address the fact that Mr. Quadfather up there, calling himself the host tonight, spent £500 million in the summer?
Well, we address it every week.
Yeah, but we need to address it. We need to analyze it, dissect it, man. And we're not even talking about you bustling a title or being in a title race. No, we're talking about, can you make top 5? This is beyond embarrassing, man. I'm struggling to figure out who the most embarrassing club this season is. Is it Charlie's club? Is it Deji's club? By the way, where is he? Or is it your club?
Where's Pete?
Deji's gone Thailand.
Where is Pete actually?
Where's Pete?
He's gone into hiding.
Yeah, bro. Pete didn't take that Derby schooling well.
Just to be clear on this, sorry, I don't necessarily back Slot, but I don't see I don't see the benefits of getting rid of him and
We got
I'll take
corporate
it, getting rid
error
of
in
the
the
7
house,
games
man.
left.
We got
No,
corporate error.
Look at what's happened with Chelsea's team. They fought, or Charlie's team, sorry.
Look what happened to Man U's team. Look what happened to Man U's team.
Mate, they're not ripping the turning down.
If I sat here
doing a job,
doing a job.
Could there be an argument, right? Could there be an argument to say that if Spurs had kept Frank, they wouldn't be any worse off?
Fact.
Why are we deflecting off Liverpool?
No. But my point is though, you talk about replacing a manager. I know Carrick has obviously got something out of United, right? But when you're talking about 6-7 games left, like it's not going to make any difference, really.
I don't think it would at this point in time for us anyway. I think it's too far gone, and I think out of respect to him, I think no matter what happens, he has to go in the summer. Like,
yeah, he does have to go in the summer.
That's my stance on it. He has to go in the summer. But I think he deserves the opportunity to see out the season based on the fact that we're still in the Champions League.
Wait, hold on, Errol. If he wins the Champions League, does he still have to go?
In my opinion, I would still want him to do a mutual.
He's doing a Di Matteo now.
Well, not necessarily doing a Di Matteo, but a mutual thing of, look, this project means a lot more than what I can do. And yes, I won the Champions League. Yes, I won the Premier League. But if everyone's expectation is we're going to continue some semblance of dominance, I'm not the guy to do that in the league for you.
So just to clarify, the guy who won the league last season and wins the Champions League this season, you will be on this show saying you are Slot out the day after the Champions League final. Let's just get this on record.
Not after the day after the I'll have parades to doing that, bro. No, what are we doing? What are we doing? No, but I think there's a genuine conversation to be had if we was to still win it. Because, lad, let's be honest, we've got that feeling if we'd have scammed it. It's not, again, Liverpool are going to have to pull up a lot of trees.
You can't scam the Champions League, bro.
I think that'd be the biggest, like, slap in the face in football, wouldn't it? I remember when Van Gaal won the FA Cup and he was sat the next day. Imagine Slot winning the Champions League and then 2 days later Sky Sports News.
I think you've got to look at the bigger picture though. Like you know, Dan, very well that Ten Hag should have been sacked after the FA Cup, and that set you back a long time.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think shockwaves, bang.
Yeah, I think you've got to remove the sentiment because getting rid of Ange, forget what transpired what's transpired afterwards. Getting rid of Ange after the Europa League was the right thing to do.
Well, was it? They're about to get relegated, so
it was the right thing to do. They just didn't employ good enough people and whatnot. It's the same with United. They should have sacked Ten Hag after the FA Cup final. You can't let winning a trophy mask over the issues and what is actually best for the football club in the long term. And too many clubs do that and they pay the ultimate price for it and it sets them back 12, 18 months.
I just don't know if any club... I hear what Errol's saying and I get it because this season's been bad for them, but I just don't know after winning a Champions League if a club would have the cojones to go, thanks very much, off you go. Like, I can't see it.
It's not an FA Cup. It's
it's massive. And as I say, it depends. Again, honestly, I think in the cold light of day, without winning the Champions League, it's very easy to say, yeah, I'd still want them to go. I think as soon as you win, you become emotional again straight away, and you're fueled with that. So what I would say to Wolfie is, you would have to see how much of the collective fan base sway the other side again. to be like, I can live with this. Because the ultimate thing with Slot, and we've said it, whether we won the Premier League last season or how things have transpired this season, is whatever he does is fine if it produces winning football. So we didn't mind last season not always thrilling and being rock and roll football and putting teams to the sword, because we was managing games a lot better than we are this season. But we won the league. So ultimately his methods over the long course paid off. It would be the same for the Champions League. The ultimate payoff is winning it. It's, can we put up with the insufferable moments throughout the course of a league and the ups and downs, that we can still back you when you get to those stages, the latter stages of a cup competition.
Errol, are you worried though? Because you're essentially you would, I think it would be an emotional decision to sack him. I think it would, based on the Premier League. Would you not be worried that you could then make another emotional decision in bringing in an Alonso? Because look,
I don't want Alonso. I've said it.
No,
I hear that.
You said that from day dot, but I think, like it or not, I think that is where Liverpool are going. I think it's quite apparent, isn't it? So is there that concern that one emotional decision would bring another one, and then could that potentially set you back even further? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, of course. Again, that's what we're stepping into the unknown. But I think the emotional thing that people have been saying in season is get Stevie G in, and I just think I've got so much respect for Stevie G, and maybe I don't understand the gravity of the situation Liverpool find themselves in, but if it's anywhere close to what I think it is, I don't want Steven Gerrard anywhere near it. Because in the off chance it gets worse, I don't want him feeling he has some responsibility and additional pressure of not being able to drag Liverpool back to some decent level. So I think we've had to stay the course, stick it out, and this season it will be, you're going to live by the sword or die by the sword. You bring us a trophy, and we will have to have a serious conversation. Or if you don't bring us the trophy, the conversation's a lot easier, and we hope there's a level of respect and mutual consent to say we're going to go in a different direction next season. And I think that's fair, all things considered.
That's fair.
You make that unknown decision with every managerial appointment, though, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, United going in with Carrick, that could have gone the way that it has, or it could have flopped as well. Yeah. You make that decision with whatever managerial decision you ultimately make, whether it's to what's best to sack a manager now or to wait and see.
Well, you lot with Sherwood. Well, you got you to an FA Cup final, but I mean the football was horrendous.
Oh, it was awful. Yeah.
But again, it's one of them. If you win at that point, you're a little bit more like, I'll take it because we've won something. But no, I hear your point. Dan United, do you feel hard done by your results this week? How are you feeling afterwards?
Absolutely. But this, I want to say this before people in the chat come and say, oh, it's okay when it goes for United, but when it's against. I was here calling out the Dallo challenge on in the City game. That was a blatant red. That was another shocker that the refs missed. These referees, it's not even about United. I don't think it's about United, because we were fortunate. You guys dropped points and so did Chelsea. So we ended up being winners this weekend. But I think there is going to have to, at the end of this season, I know we've said it before, but there is going to have to be a review. Yeah, there's going to have to be a review. It comes to something when even Alan Shearer, who hates United, is saying it's wrong. Dermot Gallagher, is it Dermot Gallagher? He actually agreed for once and said the refereeing decision was wrong. It's taking away from one of the greatest football leagues in the world. And the unfortunate thing is, and I take Dan's point about the reputation of it diving, but it doesn't matter. VAR is meant to be there to stop an error. It was an error. He was pushed to the floor. It was simple as that. The fact of the matter is, unfortunately, these referees, they like to be the stars of the show. I'm surprised they haven't got their fucking names on the back of their shirts when they come out at the moment. I genuinely think they enjoy it. I do. And I will say this until I am dead. I mean this. I will say this till I'm dead. Why aren't these referees being interviewed after the game? Why aren't these referees being brought out and to explain their decisions? Because I see referees during game look at players like a piece of shit. I see them take great pleasure in giving decisions. I see them walk up to managers and give them absolute dog's abuse. But I don't see them coming out on live TV and being asked, why did you give that decision? The reason is because they don't have the mental capacity to come out and answer questions like that. They are too reliant on people at Stockley Park. It is absolutely pointless anymore with these referees. The sooner the better that they turn it to fucking robots, because the referees are an absolute mess. The referees are a mess. It's not just the United game. The FA Cup game between Villa and Newcastle. You could go on the whole season. Back in the day when VAR wasn't a thing, we would sit here. I mean, not sadly, we're all old now. YouTube wasn't a prevalent
Speak
thing
for
then.
yourself.
The fuck up. But we could sit there in the pub with our mates, and you could talk maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 decisions all season that you go, the ref absolutely missed
Oh,
it.
come on. You had about 20 just for United
Take
back
it
in the
away.
day. No wonder you don't care
We're not
about
being
that
angry
stuff.
at United at the moment. We're talking about football in general. Unfortunately, now there are, I would say, 30, 40, 50 decisions in a season where you go, how the fuck are we messing this up? How the hell are they getting these things wrong? So
Compounded by the fact that they've got VAR to bottle them out as well.
Correct. It's nonsensical. I'm not even bothered about the United result. I think we got very lucky. The fact that we managed to pull a point. But I think regardless of it, United, regardless of if it's Forest, regardless of if it's Liverpool, regardless if it's even Chelsea, as much as we all laugh at them at the moment, Villa as well. These decisions have to stop. These referees have to stop. And none of this bullshit at the end of the season when you have Howard Webb or someone come out and say, well, we got it wrong this year, but next year we're really going to try hard. It's going to get worse, guys. The World Cup this season, Charlie.
Take no accountability at all.
The World Cup this season, you will have European referees, you'll have all refereries from across, and they'll be fine, Charlie. They will. You're absolutely right.
Apart from the English one.
But just real quick, Wolfie, just going to say, like, there shouldn't. You can forgive like mistakes being made with a split-second decision, right? Surely with VAR, and I think, look, the actual premise of it is a good thing, and we need it. But obviously, the way it's run is the people operating it is terrible. But when you're the whole point of it, right? You shouldn't be getting anything wrong. The whole point of having a second look is you shouldn't get a single.
It's like having AI check your work over for you. That's what it should be.
You shouldn't be getting it like. Referees can get something wrong on the pitch split second. We all appreciate that. We all understand it. But when you've got multiple replays and you can watch it as many times as you want, there shouldn't be a single incorrect decision being made in any game.
Dan, Dan in the chat, I get it. I get it. You don't like United, but this isn't a United thing, bro. This is a literal Premier League thing. It is fucking every team over. United have had plenty of decisions go their way this season. But do you know what? Every time I've come out and I've called it out because I'm all about the fucking... We need it to be correct. And like football fans across the country, instead of going, oh, well, United got this, well, Chelsea got that, well, Forest got this, well, no.
But you know what the problem is, though, Dan? And you mentioned where the conversation needs to go. Once a ball's kicked, you can't do nothing about it, and there's no point in complaining.
Liverpool Spurs.
It needs to be
Diaz.
It needs to be in the off season where the clubs all apply a level of pressure on the refereeing board or whatever they call themselves. PGMOL, and they request that investigations, inquire, all those things need to take place timely. Processes need to be checked, newly done and verified, and there needs to be a new protocol going into next season. That then the clubs are prepared to then sign off, because ultimately the clubs are the ones that have got to still roll out the players, so they've still got to play their part in it as well.
The thing is, they should just if people listen to me, football would be solved so quickly. It really would. What they need to do,
because not only have you got the lottery numbers.
Okay, tell me if you disagree. I have been banging on for ages on 2 changes that need to happen. There needs to be a league table of the referees.
Agree.
Promotion and relegation for these referees. There's a point scoring system on what they do in each game. If they get X points, they get the 3 points or whatever the point scoring system is. At the end of the season, 3 of them get relegated and 3 get promoted. That stops all this bullshit with the referees trying to put their egos in front of everyone.
The problem.
So let me go on. You say your problem.
You've got Premier League referees that are sometimes in the Championship referees that
I don't care. Sort it out. Get that dickhead Howard Webb to say these are the 20 or 10 or whatever it is that are starting in the Premier League. These are going to be the Championship ones, League One, etc., etc. This is the hierarchy. Work your way up the pyramid. I tell you what, if you're a threat of relegation, you are going to be sharp in that game to get everything right. And the other thing with VAR, to fix VAR.
Yeah. Well, here's the question to you, though. Dan said before that they feel like it's become more about them. Do you not feel if you gave the refs a league, they would make it even more about
Make it
them.
all about them, yeah.
Because
No,
they feel like
I
they have got
don't-
more importance, and their results ultimately or their performances ultimately matter in the grand scheme of things
Because
as well.
but it does, Errol. It does.
I know,
How many
I know it
times?
does. I mean, I 100% completely agree. It does. Their performance does matter, but if you formalize it in a table, all of a sudden it's like you're given more significance to it. They feel more empowered. Do you get where I'm coming
Correct.
from?
I don't mind that. I don't mind the best referees.
Yes, we celebrate the best referees, absolutely.
Exactly.
And I think
No, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
and look, when we talk about it, want it to be about them. How many of our managers have been absolutely tonked in the last 2 or 3 seasons and had to walk out on national TV and go, "Yeah, well, we got this wrong. Oh, it was this. It was this." They have to explain
And then
Right.
as well, Dan, they can't even say what they want to say because they'll
Yep.
get fined and banned.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
that
it's
gets
like,
flipped.
what are you supposed to do?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm point two, Wolf.
And point 2 for me, VAR should only be used for the goal line technology and the offsides.
The VAR
And
doesn't need a
each-
goal line. The goal line technology is just on the wall.
Whatever. I'm just saying, like the kind of electronic
technology
side of
being
it.
used.
The rest of it, the managers get 2 challenges each. If their challenge is accepted, they keep it. If not, I don't know, they lose a sub or something like that. So that way, you speed the game up. The game only gets interrupted a maximum of 4 times. If the ref calls it wrong on the pitch, if the ref calls it wrong on the pitch, if the manager hasn't got a challenge, tough shit. Should have used them better.
But the whole point of it in the first place, the whole premise of it was for clear and obvious. Now it just it's now it's just looking at every
re-refereeing.
single
Yeah,
decision.
but
So
that's my point, Charlie. Just everything stays with the ref, except when a manager intervenes on 2 or 3, whatever the arbitrary number is.
Lads, remember the 2000? I said this before, but I'll say it again. The 2018 World Cup. Do you know why it worked so well then? Because the referee was asked just to go straight to the monitor. Go straight to the monitor. None of this bullshit in his ear of 27 people in a room arguing about it.
Well, I watch like
Delay.
You watch a lot of other leagues, right? The Premier League must be the league that uses the screen the least. Why? If you've got a doubt over a decision, right? Just send the ref to the screen.
That's what annoys me as well, Charlie. VAR should be used for the referee to go, "Sorry, lads, think I need another quick check of that."
Correct.
Yeah.
And that is it. It should not be used to re-referee the game. He shouldn't have someone in his ear saying, "Oh, I think he's got a touch on him here. Go and have a look at this."
And
because that's immediately putting that seed in his brain, going, "I'm looking for a touch."
And also, Bill, when you've just quick straight down, when you've got like in the VAR room, right? There'll be senior referees like refereeing or whatever.
That's what I was
if in the VAR room you have got young up and coming refs or refs who aren't as senior in the refereeing hierarchy, I don't know if those guys, if all of them, have got the balls to tell a senior figure in someone that's more senior than them, you've got something wrong. That for sure, I think, happens where you've got a situation where senior
in the hands of the manager.
Exactly. No, but which is exactly why the referee should have the balls to go, "I need another look of that."
Yeah.
Can I just confirm my decision? I think this has happened. Can I please go and have another look to confirm my decision?
Well, you shouldn't even need to ask that. You should just go and do it.
But unfortunately, this goes back to the fact that referees now, unfortunately, are too scared to make their own decisions because you see them
far too reliable.
Something happens, and straight away they're like this.
Yeah,
they're wearing more tech, man. Have you seen the amount of tech they're wearing as well?
They're like walking around like fucking Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
And you haven't got a clue. But just before we wrap up the show, guys on stream and obviously people in the chat, thank you for everybody that's been in the chat as well. The chat's been on absolute fire tonight, so thank you for getting involved. Thank you for all the super chats. Billy,
a W.
Are you now sitting comfortably in top 4?
Bill, you must be with me and Errol being so
trying to breathe down your neck in loose inverted commas.
Look, what I'll say is there's a lot of... It's nice for a weekend to go Villa's way for once, because we've gone a couple of months of us dropping points and Liverpool and Man United and Chelsea all gaining points on us. Yeah. It's nice for it to finally go back the other way. So we've got that 6-point buffer again. We've got that little bit of wiggle room. Obviously, I'm hopeful that we can continue that, maintain that. Obviously, you guys have got to play each other as well. So I'm hopeful, obviously, that we can go on and and maintain the position that we're in. But what I will also say is, isn't it a miracle that once McGinn and Tielemans come back, that we start winning football games again? Once we get important midfielders back, the ones that we've had out for 8 weeks plus.
Can we caveat that with how poor West Ham are, though, at the same time, or are we just going to gas them?
I will. You kind of caveat it with that. Yeah, absolutely.
West Ham missed Somerville massively.
I think he's back for the next game.
My argument to that, though, Errol, would be that we didn't just win 2-0. The performance was there as well. We played really well, which we haven't been doing. There were chances created, a lot of chances created, which we haven't been doing. And so to have that performance to go alongside the result, yes, West Ham were poor, don't get me wrong. They were really bad, offered nothing. Mavropanos, in fairness, was rock solid for them, but let down by everyone else. So West Ham were poor, but we were also very good as well.
Didn't Tadimbo get pulled out last second as well?
Last minute, and Freddie Potts, I think it was.
And they put Wan-Bissaka at centre back.
No, Wan-Bissaka was right back. He was right back, but he was being dragged all over the pitch by Morgan Rogers. They'd obviously said go touch tight on Rogers, and that just allowed so much space for Luca Dean down that left hand side.
I'll be honest with you, Billy. I'm feeling generous. I'm in a good mood, so I've got a proposition for you here.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you win the Europa League, or you just get top 4 through the league. Don't win the Europa League. Yeah,
win the Europa League.
That's easy.
Yeah.
That's an easy question.
I had this conversation with my dad the other night. Would we rather win the Europa League and finish 6th, or just get it through the league? Villa's goal since the beginning of the season.
Don't you dare do that, Billy. Don't you dare win the Europa League because then you let one of these two in. Then don't.
Well, yeah, that's true.
No, bro, I'm not being. I'm not getting it anyway.
Our goal at the beginning of the season was to get Champions League football, no matter how it comes. If we get Champions League football through the league and miss out on the Europa League, I'll be disappointed. I'll be gutted. I think it's a massive opportunity gone. But ultimately, we achieved our goal of getting Champions League. But you offer me the goal of achieving Champions League with a trophy, that's going to live much longer in the memory, that night of celebrating that trophy win, than, we got Champions League.
No one looks back and goes, where were you on that night when we finished 4th? Like, you want to win the trophies, Bill. I think, obviously, you take it whatever way you can.
I do remember that night that we solidified Champions League. I do remember that night. But on the other hand,
you need a trophy, and particularly now as well with the Europa League the way that it is, where the Champions League teams don't drop in. Like for a club like Villa, they simply have to be winning that.
So it's a great opportunity for us to. It really is.
And now Leon have gone out as well. Leon, I think, were one of the stronger teams in there.
I'm still trying to figure out how you think you're winning this Europa League. You've got the hardest run of any team in this Europa League.
Who have you got next, Bill?
Bologna.
We've got Bologna.
Oh, you do then? Yeah. Then they're not great.
They are. They slapped Roma around.
They're also 10 points behind Roma in the league.
They're a cup team, mate.
No, Villa will beat them over 2 legs. Bologna, right?
We've already beaten them twice in 2 years in Europa competition. We beat them earlier this season, and we beat them in the Champions League.
Midtjylland beat us twice this season. They're out winner.
Fucking hell, Wolfie. Yeah, whatever you think. Yeah, we'll probably be.
Where's the final?
It's
Istanbul. Sorry, it's Istanbul. Yeah.
Why are you so confident that you're going to beat Porto?
They've already done it.
They've already beaten them, to use your logic.
Yeah.
Touche.
So we can use your logic when it's just not a going again. That's fair. I see
touche. I'll hold my hands up.
I'd back Porto. I'll be honest. I'd back Porto over 2 legs.
Charlie, we're not listening.
You backed Midtjylland.
Whoever you back ends up failing miserably.
Did you not say this time last week, Charlie? Midtjylland gonna slap you?
They beat you they beat you in the first leg.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're doing the Spurs now, celebrating one leg.
They beat you in the first leg.
One last.
You still in Europe, Charlie?
No, not anymore.
I'll set this one out, Charlie. I'll set this one out.
Yeah. What are you doing still on there?
One last question for you all, lads, before we wrap up the stream tonight. which English team will be the last in Europe this season? Truthfully.
Oh, God.
I think Villa. Are we including Crystal Palace Conference League?
No,
No, we don't talk about it because Dean never turns up.
He never turns up. We don't talk about it. No point. No point.
All right, fine. I think Villa.
Okay.
I think 2. I think 2.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he thinks 2 winners. He thinks 2 winners.
I do.
Go on, then you're United.
I know because it breaks me, but I think Liverpool. I think Liverpool are going to win the Champions League.
No,
And
they're not going to win the Champions League. Bro, they'll be out.
Are you doing that reverse psychology?
No,
thing
I'm not.
now?
I'm not. Do you know how many games that Liverpool lost the season that they won the Champions League in 04-05? Do you know how many games they lost in the league?
No, I can't say I do.
14 they lost. The Champions League, anything can happen. If you're asking me who I think out of Forest and Villa, it's like trying to choose between my 2 favourite cats, and I'm gonna have to go with Wolfie and Jasper. I'm gonna have to, and the only reason I'm doing that, by the way, Billy, I logic says Villa, but I've just got this horrible feeling that we cannot.
I'm going to give you the best OBS lesson
we
you've
will
ever
not be able to
seen
get rid of
next time.
Wolfie. We won't get rid of him. I just don't think. I think he'll be here next season.
Bro, you are getting the
We'll have to wait
best
and see.
OBS tutorial lesson next time we're offline, bro. I can promise you that.
Charlie, did you have one? Have you got a
I think Villa, mate. I think it'll be Villa.
Villa? Yeah. And
No
Wolfie.
mentions of Arsenal.
I know, not from the panel. There's been mentions in the chat for Arsenal people.
I was going to say Forest and Arsenal.
Okay, and there's Wolfie's one. Right. Well, that's all we've got time for this evening, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for everybody that's tuned in. Obviously,
Well done, Ty Errol. Smashed it as well.
big up the panel.
Smashed it,
Thank
mate.
you very much, gents. Appreciate it every single time. Thank you for getting involved. Obviously, this is the race for Europe. Make sure next time you see Dan Potts, give him a little bit of stick for obviously losing.
And can we just point out
And Deji. And Deji as well.
Pete.
Go on socials, yeah.
Three
Socials.
big divers.
Find,
Big
yeah.
duckers.
Tom Dailies, 3 Tom Dailies that are out there. Find them on socials, hound them, harass them in a nice way, and let them know that obviously they all deserve a cooking.
I've seen
And they've
that
got
Pete's,
crimes that they need to answer for.
mate. I've seen that Pete's strategically put his Loaded Mag show on for 8 o'clock tonight. Yeah. They're live.
Bro,
They're live.
he needed an echo chamber. He didn't need an inquiry. He needed an echo chamber.
Is
I get
he
it.
still live? Is he still live? Because if he is,
You're gonna raid him.
You were raid.
go raid him.
I haven't
They're
got
not
the, I haven't got the YouTube side.
They are live. They're live. They're live.
Chat,
They're live.
chat,
They're
chat,
live.
chat. Go to Loaded Mag and just say Sunderland. Just say
Yeah,
Sunderland.
Sunderland. Yeah.
Or
Just say
put the red and
Sunderland.
white circles in.
That's
Brambly,
Can you rate?
Robbie.
No, because
Robbie,
he doesn't have
Robbie,
access
that
to it.
is
Sam can do it. Sam can do it.
Oh.
Sam can do
Yeah.
it.
Go and raid his
Yeah.
chat, people. Go and raid his chat. Go and raid Loaded Mag.
That's
Just
the
put
last thing we need you to do. I haven't asked for anything. I haven't asked for no likes, no nothing. But the only thing with
I can't believe he's hiding on his own channel, man.
this now.
I will be checking people. Go and do it now. Go and raid that chat now.
All right, good guy. Everybody, bless up. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We have been the Race for Europe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.